The worst thing about ataxia is all my friends run faster than me, but I can't keep up with them. Ataxia makes me feel really tired, sick and dizzy. Ataxia stops me doing things I like, such as ice skating. When I have ataxia attack, it makes me feel confused, dizzy and tired. Some of my friends understand what ataxia is, but some of them don't. Sometimes to get around easier, I have to use my wheelchair. To get around, I find skipping a bit easier. I skip because I can keep my balance easier.
Jade was first diagnosed when she was 3. My understanding was 0. The first I knew of it was when she had a full ataxia attack. When she became she became like a newborn baby. We took her down to the Children's Assessment Unit down the Heath. Luckily enough, there was a neurologist on duty and she said, "Oh, typical ataxia signs there, typical the twitching, everything." She said, "Okay, we know what it is." She said, "Let's find out what the trigger is this time." I had never ever heard the word ataxia until the neurologist said the word at the bedside of Jade. First thing I done, come home, first thing anybody does is Google ataxia, and I come up with the Friedrichs. And I spent a whole week in sheer panic, breaking my heart, thinking, what's in the future for Jade? And I thought, okay, I've got to pull myself together. I Googled ataxia help sites, and the first one that came up was Ataxia UK. And the rest is history. They've been fab. They have. They were the ones that set me on the road to, okay, you've heard the negative, let's get on the positive, let's see what we can do to support you. And that's the way we went. Jade needs medical treatment. It varies. She sees a neurologist once a year, she sees a paediatrician once a year, but they alternate, so she's always picked up on every 6 months. With the ataxia itself, with Jade, we find every day is as soon as she tires, she gets sick and dizzy. But one of the first signs is a speech. A speech tends to slur a little bit more than what it normally is. We found over the last year that her speech has slurred very, very slightly. But once she becomes ataxic and the trigger being tiredness, some days I'll fetch her home and she can't pin 2 words together because she's so ataxic. We do everything possible that Jade wants to do while she's feeling well enough. And if she gets a little bit tired, we got the wheelchair. We do everything. I live in hope. There's got to be a cure. If there's not a cure, hopefully we can find medicines that can help to control it better. To not, hopefully it would reverse it. Let somebody find it, please.